Yes, people, welcome back to another NAF pre-record with me and Monts. And, we haven't done it yet, respectfully, as we should have done probably at the time, if not yesterday. So you're never too late to the party, I suppose. But smash the like, subscribe, you're brand new. Hype the video. Hype is a new feature. So if anyone sees that little button that, with the little party emojis and stuff, you know where it goes. But we're kind of here to just congratulate Arsenal and be good sportsmen about it. You know what I'm saying? Once, as you can see, or hear or feel in the tones of voices, this isn't easy, yeah. But I'm gonna say something, right? And don't do the Captain Saber ho stuff once, please, please, because that's what you've been calling me all.
What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that?
I've had some time to process this whole thing, and it hasn't been as bad as what I would imagine it to be, yeah. But I'm just here to say, yeah, I'm low-key kind of happy for these men.
Excuse me?
Like, all right, cool. I don't ever want Liverpool. All right, hear me out, yeah. I don't ever want
We're bitter lifetime rivals, bro. It's different with us.
No, but it's like, I don't mind seeing a few of my guys winning. Like my boy Steven, innit? He's in Manchester, funny enough. But he's been waiting to see this for years. It's been minutes, like it's been hours, it's been days, it's been months, it's been 22 years. And he gets some enjoyment. I'm seeing my boy win a little bit. Do you know what I mean? Even though he didn't win it, like particularly because he's not a player on the pitch, but do you know what I mean? It's
until he says the treble winners were shit.
Brother, but we all got weirdos.
No, I know.
Yeah, we all got weirdos in our fan bases, innit? Yeah, but it's like now time is settled. The dust is settled. Like in my mind,
dust is settled. The dust is still in. The dust is still dusting. They haven't even lifted it yet.
I see, Monts. You need to find your inner peace and accept it. I don't think you're in acceptance.
No, bro. What can I accept something that hasn't happened yet? Obviously, they've won the league, but they haven't lifted the trophy yet. I'm just saying. They're gonna lift the trophy, and for me, I wouldn't say I'm happy for them, but like, you gotta give your congratulations, bro.
Yeah, I mean? But I'm kind of happy for them. You know what it is? There are different. There's different winners. It's a new era. You could say end of an era, a new era, to say the least. Yeah, and again, it's as United fans, as much as Arsenal may be the bitter rivals if you're from London or even up north, like it's still relevant to both sides. Why would I want Manchester City actually winning would it be their 7th Premier League? Would it be their 7th? I think I might be wrong. Someone do the count for me, but why would I want them getting anywhere near the amount I've got? And why would I want them chasing extra trophies? Bro, they've already had 2 trophies this year.
I think even in titles wise, they're like, aren't
they 8? I think.
What? Aren't they on like 12, 13? Or something like that?
I don't think so. They had 2 from back in the day, but like I think they've won 7 or 8 Premier Leagues.
Might be on 11.
So, 10.
Are you talking about all their league titles?
Yeah. But I don't. Why would I want them even having half of mine or more than half? Like bro, like when you're deep it, Arsenal ain't seen a major in 22 years. I'm now officially the new Banter club because whether Man United fans like it or not, yeah, we as big as we are and as much as we want to claim. And the rest of it, yada yada yada. We need to be we need to be acting not as fans. I mean, as the club itself, it needs to be acting like a big club, winning big things, challenging for big things, and that hasn't been the case.
You want to at least be in the conversation. You want at least be in the conversation.
Exactly, the conversation, and it's like this is where not us fans. We don't need to hold the club to a standard exactly, but the club itself needs to hold itself to a standard. And you know what? I think they are going in that direction. I'm probably maybe one of the few that kind of like what Ineos are doing, bar the managerial appointments, but they ain't going exactly right. But it's not about me, it's about Arsenal, right? So it's like, again, like I'm low-key happy for them. Not all of them, just a few of them, not hooks, just a few others.
I hear it. Do you know what it is? For me, I just think the praise should always be as loud as the disrespect. Like it's as simple as that. I feel like when you say to someone, shut up and win, I'm tired of your excuses. You don't win, shut up and win. And they win. Oh, okay. You like that. I think sometimes it is not as simple as that, but you have to say at least give someone their congratulations. Like I think they've been bitter losers before? Are they bitter losers? Yes.
Can you blame them?
But I was about to say but when you don't win for that long, can you blame them? But whose fault is it for also not winning for that long? It is their fault as well. So there's multiple ways of looking at it. I feel like they've had so much shit that they've had to deal with, as well as that bringing them on themselves as well. We're not going to alleviate them from blame. They brought it on themselves, and they've also suffered from other circumstances, and now they've finally seen the light. So if you haven't got your jokes off, word to camp, if you ain't got your jokes off in 22 years, then do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, true.
We went 30 years without one. What if you couldn't get all your jokes off in 30 years? You know what I'm saying? You can't get your jokes off in 30 years. When could you get your jokes off, bro?
Facts.
When could you get your jokes off?
I was also going to say this, yeah. You know what's mad? I'm going to say this as well, you know, with all of this happening at the moment, they still got their Champions League final to go through as well. Would you I'm going to make a statement. I would say in terms of marketability, yeah, we already know Arsenal are dumb. Like when it comes to concept kits or just releasing something and it gets sold out, culture, North London, all of that, blah, blah, blah. And you can see even in America, they all lap it up so easily, so quickly. You could say, yeah, Arsenal are probably like, if they can sustain this, but if they do end up going to win the Champions League and whatever, bro, you would say that's kind of a marketing sleeping giant, right? And you know what happened?
Arsenal, I don't even think. I think they're a giant. They're not a sleeping giant.
No. Hear me out. There's Real Madrid, there's Barcelona's, there's Man United, obviously, whatever. And you always go down like the list, and you see there's Arsenal, whether they're 6th, 5th, or it might be Liverpool, it could be Chelsea, it could be any of them. Like even Bayern Munich are a bit more lower, to be fair. But you look at that. When I say, I mean giants, like as in if they keep sustaining what they're doing now,
about just market. I think they're already up there. I think they're already up there, anyways. Regardless,
I think they can top. I think if they continue sustaining what they're doing in terms of competing and everything, they can top. They can.
That's what the joke was.
Because this is modern era.
The joke was, but the joke was, Kaz, was that they're like the biggest club to just not be winning majors. They were like the absolute biggest club to just not be winning things.
Yeah,
for a club of that size, with that many titles, with someone like Arsene Wenger who changed the whole league's philosophy, like with things like that, notable historic moments, for them to not win something for so long, that was the joke. The joke was that a club like Arsenal, the biggest club in London, to be going on to the point where Chelsea were being considered the biggest club in London because of their European success.
Probably most successful of recent, yeah. Chelsea are, yeah.
No. Yeah, Arsenal are overall the most successful club in London, but Chelsea have probably the most recent. Chelsea have those Champions League. So this is why this Champions League is so important right now for Arsenal. And not just and to even do it in the same season that you win a Premier League is ridiculous. Only United and Manchester City have done that in the Premier League era. We have not done that as Liverpool, the most successful team in English football. We haven't done that in the Premier League. We haven't done that, bro. That's chat, bro. What? That's chat. That's chat, bro. And do you know what I'm saying? So like, and that alleviates everyone who hasn't done a treble or a double, like you guys away and stuff. So I think even though there's context to these things, and you can talk about context, but context doesn't get etched on the trophies.
Facts. Yeah,
it doesn't.
It really doesn't.
With Arsenal's strength in culture, the fan base and whatnot, they're a giant culturally, and they've just lacked the success to go with it. That was what made them the butt of the joke, because it was like they seemed like the culture was more important than the winning and the fan base being relevant and all of these things. You now put all of those in the green, and you have a club that is already the 3rd biggest club in England becoming successful again. It's something where you go, okay, only 2 clubs have dominated English football in the 21st century. Are we going to have a 3rd?
Yeah. Well, they haven't. The thing is it's
easier said than done, obviously. Very much easier said than done.
The thing is, you go with 1 year with winning a title. I don't think it means something. It means a lot, but it doesn't mean your branded success.
Yeah. Even going back to back isn't a dominant. It's not a dominant. Yeah.
You know what is for me the questions I keep asking myself because of the players they keep getting linked with is we haven't seen an Arsenal where they've won like most clubs, right? Cool. Let me break it down a little bit. City go and win 300 million. What did they do? Go and spend more money and keep trying to add on towards their team and stuff like that. Liverpool, on the other hand, went and won the league and spent nothing, right? They've done nothing. We haven't seen an Arsenal yet with that. Well, we're about to find out is they have now won. How much more money are they going to go? Yeah. if they get more revenue through Champions League, I think that's an extra 100 million on top, and that's not including everything beyond before that. That's just the prize money alone. So I think it's something stupid like 300 million that they in prizes alone and all that kind of stuff. Blah 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 blah. Like City did a few years ago. That makes me wonder, like, are Arsenal going to go out there and strengthen further?
They don't even really have to balance the books because remember, as I said, we learned. You know how much we earned last season for what we done. On top of that, we sold 250 million worth of players. So that's why for FFP, us spending 500 million meant nothing. It was almost nothing.
Arsenal were close, but the difference is that
they're bringing in so much money, and they probably will sell a couple of players. I think Ben White will go. They'll set there's a couple of players that'll
be pure profit. Wanyeri will go. That's pure profit. Skelly's hot and cold at the moment. I think they should keep him. I think he's proved himself that he can do a job in a central midfield and develop there. And there'll be other players that will end up going. Like Jesus came quite a few years ago.
Jesus will probably go.
Merton Ardegaard will probably stay, but if he was to go, he came quite a few years ago. Do you know what I mean? There's all these players. When you look at left wing, Martinelli, he's looking likely to go. That's pure profit right there. So it's like now they're linked with players like Kvaratskhelia. And I know you're not going to like that name, but that's a name that keeps popping up. If they go and do the job in the final, he'd be like, well,
Leao was linked. Rafael Leao was linked to them. They're linked to a lot of these are high profile. Again,
Rashford's another name.
By the way, these three wingers are better than the wingers that they have already. Like much better than the wingers that they have already. The left wingers they have anyways.
Yeah,
do you know what I'm saying? And we keep talking about
Tonali, by the way, there's another name. They're looking to revamp the midfield, so that's a positive sign.
I think also like because remember the whole thing before they won this league, the whole thing was that Saka's done and Saka's burnt out. That's another thing I wanted to discuss. What do you think about that? Do you think that Saka's late resurgence in the season puts that to bed, or do you still think it's a problem?
Brother.
Or do you think someone like Noni Madueke, as much as he's a meme, it's good to have a Noni Madueke there for them?
I'm telling you now, I would sell Madueke.
But then bring in who right wing?
I'm bringing somebody, just bringing some.
Then Jared Bowen.
No, hear me out. I would rather develop Max Dowman as the second fiddle man rather than have Madueke there above him, in front of him. I would
fight for Premier League. Do you reckon that was worth the risk fighting for Premier League?
I think Dowman is so talented that he will have his Lamine Yamal moments. Like it will keep getting better and better and better. There's other players that can occupy right wing for them and can
he's an absolute wonder kid. And I'd say I think
go for it. Go.
I just think the risk factor with that is always heavy when you're the reigning champions looking to retain.
Yeah,
and I think as a fan, they want to see their club invest, but at the same time, they also want to see Max Dowman shine mad bright as well.
Yeah, I'm going to pinpoint it to you. I'm going to pinpoint it to Phil Foden as well as another example. Rio has come in and shown already that he should have been starting a lot more games, but I understand you need to protect him, which I think he's done quite well. To be fair, he's ready to go into next season as you're knocking on the door to be starting. You should be starting. You should have a lot more games. Dowman's had a few games. I'm not saying he should start every game next year, obviously, but there will be opportunities. Madueke has proved that he can do everything on the pitch and absolutely offer nothing at the same time. Yeah, and I feel like when stocks are high, sell them. That's what Man City been quite good at over the years, to say the least. That's what Barcelona, Real Madrid back in the day were so good at. If you didn't impress, you need to go. You need to be. When there's a second team, when things don't go right, who can you rely upon? I think Dowman's that gifted that. I think he should be given a lot more opportunity. And if they do go out and go get your Kvaratskhelia or whoever at left wing or whatever, there will be ample cover enough to cover that right wing spot if you don't want to trust Dowman just yet. There are players that can run that position, evidently. That's the whole point of running a whole squad. And I think Arteta needs to change the tactics a little bit as well, go a bit more attacking now that you've secured whatever you secured now, whether it's a double or it might be just a single trophy. I would just go along them lines and say Arsenal defense doesn't need any revamp. Maybe an extra right back. I look at the midfield. I think they could do with an extra creative option potentially, if not someone that can cover Declan Rice so he doesn't play as many games, because I think he's the future 6. Lewis Skelly's there as an option. Midfield doesn't need much revamp. It's the whole attack is Arsenal.
And you look at the back line, bro. Hincapie and Calafiori is almost like a perfect blend. One slightly better defensively, one is very good going forward, and also can come in as a centre back when you're rotating the team. The squad utility has been done really well. I feel like their attack, we all know the attack is the place that they need to
bolster.
Because if Arsenal, if that handbrake comes off with that defense and the attack clicks,
it's long.
You're gonna have to put your the foil one and say it's your foil helmet and say it's the end of the world.
Brother, I've just got my hairline back. He might go again.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So when I say hairline, I just mean my corners, in it, just to say the least, in it. Just
playing false nine. Playing false nine. Okay.
brother.
Okay. Playing false nine.
Man's calling
High
me
and
Harry
wide.
De Niro. It's crazy.
High and wide.
All right. Thanks.
High and wide.
Yeah,
But I hear it. Width 100.
brother.
You know when people you do on over to you.
Hey, brother, I'm trying to get the Mikel Arteta out here, man. What are we doing, man? We getting bannered.
Yeah, go on. No, but generally speaking, though, that I think Max Diamond, as I said, like it's always a difficult one because I think Ranieri's so good as well. I think Ranieri's ultra good. I think he's so good, and I think Ranieri could even. I feel like if you got rid of Noni Madueke, could you put Max Diamond on the right and then bring
Ranieri back? Yeah, I mean, I would.
Arsenal fans not say we've won a league, go crazy in the window, and because if you go crazy in the window, there isn't going to be space for both of them.
Yeah, I would. I think. I just don't know if he's trusted enough, but I suppose we'll see in it.
Do you think Gyökeres is someone who has a long term for Arsenal? Do you think?
It's
our second season now?
I mean, age-wise doesn't scream long-term, but in terms of someone that can be utilized, yeah, of course, why not? I mean, I think Gyökeres is kind of proved in the Champions League.
Havertz even has a long-term as well.
Havertz, you said Saka, yeah. Remember, I was one of the few, which I'm going to take proud moments in to say, I never slewed Saka. I never said he was finished. Like, I'm glad I've never been part of that bandwagon because I just don't believe a player that's been doing it for many years is just crap all of a sudden. That's why I didn't go into Foden as well. But like I said, I was gonna liken it back to Rio, like Foden. That's what I'm gonna say. Dalman. Remember, Foden was like 17, getting rotated left wing, right wing, getting like baby minutes, then lots of minutes, and That's how Pep done it. And Arteta was a part of that, by the way. So he was involved in all of that. But yeah, going forward, what was your question?
I said like, do you like going forward, especially with like Havertz, Marino is someone who's going to be back from injury.
That was it.
Like
Havertz was probably the biggest part. On top of Saka coming back. Remember, Havertz come back and found moments, bro. Just that Burnley game, even though he should have got sent off, but that he still got the goal. I think when he came back first couple games, he made a small impact, to say the least, before he got re-injured again.
We know how Arteta really does like Havertz for what he brings, because even though Havertz is not a natural striker and he's never had a killer instinct, he still will get you goals and he has a place in the squad. Especially,
you just reminded me. The team that I saw, I need to ask for information about this as well. Yeah, Arsenal were interested in Kroopy, innit? Don't even piss. If that, brother, if that happens,
that means well, Gabriel Jesus is already going.
No, but remember when I said if the left wing, right wing, remember Kroopy can play across the whole front four.
Yeah, but centrally, he's a demon.
He's a demon. Yeah, but brother, like, if you've seen him when he even beats a player, like, he's naughty. It's not even a joke. If they end up with him, because remember, Havertz can always. You never know. It could be final years of Havertz. Havertz might get sold this summer as well. I don't.
I'm saying Havertz's future isn't. I mean, he's on a lot of money. I think it'll be quite difficult to get him out.
Yeah, but he's not on a lot of years left. Do you know what I mean? Like, he could be up for sale. We don't know what's going to happen. You know what it is? I don't think we have enough information about Andrea Berta with the way he's going to deal with things at Arsenal. He might need a statue, you know, at this rate. He come in first season as direct football. Yeah, love, win. Be like, your one. Even though didn't spend anything.
What do you mean I won?
No, I mean, Hughes came in and you won the league, innit? And it's like, well, not even spending the.
Yeah, Hughes' biggest signing was Slot. That was his. We were saying Hughes' best signing was not his.
Yeah, literally. But let me ask you. Are you going to the parade?
Brother.
No. Not to celebrate Arsenal, yeah. But I'm saying.
He's saying on the hate watch thing like this, on the hate watch thing like this.
Brother, there's hate watching. All right, hear me out, yeah. All right, I'm not saying I'm subscribing to this yet. I'm not saying I'm subscribing to this once. There's hate watching, but then there's watching.
Brother, what?
All right, cool.
This if I was anywhere near, if I was in London anywhere near that parade, this would be me.
I hear it, but
in the car. But no, I'm not.
Once it's like, let's be like this, yeah. There's hate watching from afar. Cool, you can. Pete Mandem going to be mocking you, whatever. But you have your banter. But then there's There's when you get your pro up to 95 vision, innit?
Don't know. I will not be around.
And then
for
your
no
finishing,
reason.
then your finishing might be on like, you might have got your finishing to like 91.
Yeah, I hear
your
it's
finishing
costing
on 91
points and that, but nah,
yeah.
not for me. Not for me. You lot might be not for me.
No, brother.
I remember I had my parade last year. I had my parade and it was nothing. Like that, bro. It's still in my memory. So
I'm getting married. Inshallah, I'm still getting married. I'm not. My brother. Where's bro? I don't even where my boots at. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, just
guys,
love.
You made it this far. Like the video, hype the video, and drop a comment down below. Listen, Arsenal have done their thing. We'll see what happens in the Champions League, but the future is looking incredibly bright for Arteta's man.
Yeah, man. Well, we'll see what Hooks has to say.